My name's Aaron Boyle from Health Gap and Act Up New York. And I'm here today because I remember on the campaign trail for the 2008 elections, Obama made a really awesome promise to fund global AIDS, to provide $50 billion over 5 years in order to double treatment and provide other programs. And unfortunately, he hasn't been doing that. And it's more than just a broken promise, it's creating an absolute crisis in treatment programs around Africa. It has brought new enrollment to treatment programs to a grinding halt, and that's killing people, and he needs to fully fund global AIDS, he needs to fund treatment, he needs to put us back on target for treating everybody and providing U.S.'s fair share of supporting treatment around the world. So we're here today to tell him that's what he has to do. He can't break this promise.
And how much money is actually going this year to PEPFAR? Has the money been released?
What's budgeted is a little over $5 billion, which is basically flatlining the budget from the past year, which means even as the HIV crisis is increasing and more people need treatment, the money is not increasing, and that's leading to more and more deaths.
Anything else?
I think Obama needs to know that a lot of people who voted for him in 2008, who were excited about what he was talking about, are very upset by this broken promise and are going to feel quite uninspired moving into the midterm elections this year.
Say your name, your organization, and why you're here today.
My name is Jose DeMarco, and I'm here with ACT UP. I'm here today because President Obama, when he was then candidate Obama, made promises to ACT UP Philadelphia in Philadelphia to fully fund global AIDS programs such as PEPFAR, President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, and as of yet, he has not kept the promise.
And what do you want him to do?
We're here to remind him of the promises that he made to sick and dying people in Africa. We want him to keep the pledges he made to these folks when he was candidate Obama.
And are you willing to risk arrest?
Yes, I am.
Eddie Fukui, and I'm here to make a statement to Obama and basically the world that people are dying and we need to make sure that they're taken care of. On the political route, Obama had promised to fully fund the Global AIDS Fund, and that is not happening. In fact, the money is getting less. And I'm basically here because I believe saving lives is on everybody's human agenda. I am willing to risk arrest for this. Saving lives is worth everything.
Hi, my name is Johnny Guadalupe with Housing Works and the New York City AIDS Housing Network, Vocal, and I am going to risk arrest for those in developing countries that are lacking treatment because of the false promise that Obama has promised.
Fight AIDS! Time's up! 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 Fight AIDS! Obama's life! Obama's life down! AIDS just for Africa! AIDS just for Africa! AIDS just for Africa! You gotta get out of the street and you gotta keep moving! Medication for every nation! Medication for every nation! Medication for every nation!
Today?
My name is Jessica Palmer Nelson. I'm here with MCCP Philadelphia, and we're here trying to protest for the PEPFAR money that has not been given to anyone yet right now. And, you know, over in Africa, that's definitely hard because it's a very hard choice to make decisions like that by the doctors on who to treat and who not to treat, when really everyone should be getting the same medication for everything.
My name is Alonzo Williams. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm here to represent ACT UP, and we're protesting President Obama cutting the funding for AIDS research abroad and here in America, and we're going to make some noise today. Thank you.
And what do you think about the cuts to global AIDS funding?
Well, I think it stinks. I think he's going to actually have a lot of body bags piled up if he doesn't try to make some sense, keep his promise.
represent the African woman, African community, the African continent. Promises, promises, and more promises. For how long must I wait and see my people dying? For how long must I see my family dying because of lack of ARV? For how long I must wait and let my family die? Mr. President, we are here today to remind you and your administration that we have backslided on your promise.
Keep your promise! 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 Keep your promise!
President Obama, you fully said you were going to fully fund the AIDS fund. Where is it, President? Mr. President, you are backsliding on your promise. Please don't let us down. You promised us, so fulfill your promise. 33 million of people are dying of HIV, are infected in the whole world with HIV. 14 million are in desperate need of all that medication. Zambia, Uganda, Nigeria, only to mention a few. People are being turned away from that hospitals, or the doctors are forced to say that we cannot enroll you on the life-saving drug.
Say, 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 say.
Do people with HIV have the right to treatment?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. People with HIV do not have the right to treatment?
Yeah.
Thank you. ARV treatment is not about democracy or political differences. ARV should be given to everybody, not to me only because of where I come from, Africa. ARV is everyone's right. As I stand here today, I'm likely to lose 2 of my family members. My mother is HIV positive, and she's on medication. She was on a research program that all of a sudden was cut because the fund is no more. I was buying medication for her, but I can't afford. But yet President Obama promised that he will provide all the ARVs in the most hit countries of Africa. Mr. Obama, don't backslide on your promise.
Keep your promise! Keep your promise! Keep your promise! Keep your promise! Keep your promise!
My final word to you is, Mr. Obama, this must end. We call on you, President Obama. Stop the lies and keep your promises. Zimbabwe cannot wait. Uganda cannot wait. Zambia cannot wait. Thank you.
When people with AIDS are under attack, what do? I will introduce my next speaker. Zackie Achmat is the founder of South Africa's Treatment Action Campaign, one of the most powerful AIDS activist groups in the world. Give it up! Amandla! That means power and aware to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. On the 22nd of August in 2006, Senator Barack Obama came to Cape Town, to Khayelitsha, and he met with the Treatment Action Campaign. He came to meet with people living with HIV. Why? Did he come just to have his picture taken with us, or did he come to listen to us? I believe he came to listen to us. He met my colleague and comrade Norute Nobula, who told him how her life had been saved by medicines. He came and he met Sizwe Nguke, who told him about how young people spread the message of prevention and treatment. He came to listen to Pumeza Groene, who spoke of how women suffer violence in South Africa and how that contributes to HIV. He visited the first community-based program in Africa, in Khayelitsha in Site B, and he saw thousands of people living because of medicines and tens of thousands of babies being born HIV-free because of prevention programs. And he learned that the Global Fund on AIDS, TB and malaria helped save people's lives. He learned that PEPFAR helped save people's lives. He promised us, and he knew then that he was going to stand to be president. He knew then that he was going to stand to be a president. And he told us he was going to follow an enlightened policy throughout the world that would stop wars. He was going to campaign for treatment for people living with HIV, not just in South Africa, in Asia, but here in DC, here in Baltimore, here in Philadelphia. He went to Kenya and got a test in Kenya, in Nairobi, where his family lives and where many people depend for their lives on the United States, on your citizens' monies and our own. Today I want to say to you, President Obama, when you got elected, it was an affirmation of the common humanity of all people, but particularly of black people, and that will never be taken away. We know your challenges on the economy and on your wars, but we say to you, do not cut HIV money. I want to say one last word, and that word is to his advisors, Zeke and Rahm Emanuel. They know how to make war. they make war everywhere. And now they're making a war on poor people. And we say to you, we are going to resist to reverse your policy. Amanda! Amanda! Keep the promise!
Keep your promise! Keep your promise! Keep your promise! Keep your promise!
Hi, my name is Karen Wong. I'm with the American Medical Student Association. So I got some good news for you guys today, and I got some bad news. And I'm going to tell you the good news first, okay? So U.S. global health programs, we've helped save 340,000 babies worldwide from getting infected by HIV/AIDS. That's good, right? We've helped to provide care for 10 million people affected by HIV/AIDS worldwide. That's good, right? It's good news. Yeah. And let me tell you something. So President Obama promised in his campaign $50 billion across 5 years for HIV/AIDS programs, for global health programs. But you know what? I got some bad news. He has not delivered on his promise. No. We've been flat funded. Shame. That's right. Shame on you, President Obama. So we've been flat funded for 2009 and 2010. Now you know what does this mean? Today, white coats are here representing the voices of healthcare providers worldwide that aren't receiving their resources, that aren't receiving their supplies or the support that they need to do their job. This means patients worldwide do not have medicines, and doctors are forced to fail their patients because President Obama and Congress failed to keep their promise. Shame! 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 So we are here today in angry outcry against the undelivered promise and failed commitments. They made a promise to doctors and patients. Now they're breaking them, and doctors are going without resources. Patients are going without treatments. Doctors are unable to do their jobs. And morally, this means doctors are telling patients, we cannot enroll you on treatment until people currently on medication no longer need medicines. And you know what? This is telling the patients, you need to wait to die. You will not get medication.
Shame! 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 Shame!
They're telling patients, you must transfer somewhere else for care when they know there is nowhere else to turn to. They're saying, patients, go to your deathbeds. Patients are coming in, and we're telling them, you're positive for HIV/AIDS, and you know what? We cannot give you treatment. And again, this is telling them, Obama is personally telling them to go to their deathbeds. So I want to say to you today, it is unacceptable to force patients to go without medicines and doctors to go without resources. I say this to President Obama and to Madam Speaker and to Congress. It is unacceptable to ask doctors to fail their patients because you failed your promises. We demand more funding for global AIDS programs. They say cut back, we say fight back. Cut back, fight back, cut back.